but I need Mark to help me with the technical stuff.
Well, if it's stuff I know about, sure.
Here we go.
Yay.
And we're up.
Sweet.
Alrighty.
Hey, welcome to the stream, everybody.
Cool.
We were going to... We lost Jared this week. we still have yet to get a 4-person week down, except for the very first 2 we did that we didn't stream.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
But Jared sends his best from the Philippines. He's going to try and join us on Zoom, but...
Oh, is that where he's at right now?
Yeah, he's over in the Philippines. So, should I just kill this Zoom link? Hang on 1 second, everybody. We're just going to close some stuff down and free up some bandwidth for ourselves. I'm going to get off the Zoom.
Cool.
End meeting. You guys can get off your headphones and stuff too.
Okay, cool.
We don't need that stuff anymore.
Nice.
And we'll send them a quick message.
How old is Tobias again?
3?
3.
Yeah.
3. This is going to be a fun night.
Technically.
Okay.
I think the Dragonborn kid's older than I am.
Eddie's 18. Okay. He'd ask how old Kelvin is. Oh, he's not here. So how old should we make him be for tonight?
He's on the younger side. I don't think he was like 18 necessarily, but let me see if it says in... Let's look at his character sheet.
Oh yeah, maybe it was in D&D Beyond.
How about we bring that up?
Oh yeah. If he doesn't hop on, we'll have someone kind of man him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can run him.
And
Cool.
I don't, so this will be fun. I don't have a planned combat.
Okay.
If you guys end up in combat, then so be it.
Something.
But we don't need roll 20 tonight either, so
Sure.
that'd be good.
Oops, I tripped over 20 guards. My bad.
There are a couple of options where you might run into some combat if you wanted to, I guess.
Okay.
And we'll work something out. He does not, in his description, have an age yet. So.
Okay.
Old enough to know better.
Old enough
Oh,
to
yeah.
know better.
That's a good.
Tobias is not. I don't think Sully is. Mark can send or Eddie can send a backhanded compliment by way
There
of healing
you
word.
go.
Oh, let's scroll him down again so you can see him. Here we go. Okay. I'm kind of looking forward to being able to. We're going to mess around with the plugin this week for D&D Beyond to try and plug that into the stream as well.
Oh, okay,
So
cool.
that'll be kind of fun. Just to be able to see some of the hit point totals and stuff like that. Like I could put that up right next to
Sure. Yeah.
your name or whatever. Okay, cool. And this week I'll be looking at everybody except for Mark. What happens when you look at me, Mark? Yep, that's right. You look
Makes
the
it
other
look
way.
crazy.
That's okay.
Okay.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the stream. We're Dragons Keep TV. We are streaming to you from Dragons Keep in Orem, which is on about 200, 300 north, something like that, almost 400 north, and State Street.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if you are in the mood to play some D&D with us, then stop on by, and we'll see about working into a game. It'll be fun. Not right now.
You should
You
totally
can try.
come by
There's
right
a, there's
now.
a seat next to Troy. You can come by. Okay. All right. So how's our sound levels? Oh, we're great. We're going to get started. Let's introduce everybody. All right. We'll start with Mark. You're on the top.
Yeah, Mark, Jared and I have, been friends for a long time here. Been playing AD&D or Dungeons & Dragons since probably 1982 or 3, something like that, when I was first started. And This is my first stream I've ever been on, and but most of my experience was actually in Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. Kind of skipped 3.5, did a little bit of 4, and then been playing 5 for about, I think, 4 or 5 years.
Mostly as a DM, right?
Yeah, mostly as a DM, of course. Being a player is always more unique, typically.
Yeah.
For me, usually.
Awesome.
So yeah, Mark and I kind of bring the old school part of this, I guess.
Yeah, for sure,
So.
for sure.
And for the new school part, we have Troy and Cameron. Go ahead, Troy.
Yep.
You're next.
I'm Troy. I've been, I think, playing D&D for only maybe 2 years tops, but I've been part of a couple of different groups, and yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I've wanted to play D&D like for years and years and years, and I've had like so many books where I just dived into it, but never played it until now. So, or recently. So it's a lot of fun.
Awesome. Yeah, glad to have you. And tell us who you're playing real quick, too.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to say that. Sorry.
Tobias, a giant warforged that is... does he act old? He sounds old. He does not act old.
So far, no, he has not.
No. Warforged artificer. So.
Great. And Mark, you were playing Eddie?
I'm playing Eddie, the Trickster Cleric.
Great. All right, Cameron, you're up.
Hi, I'm Cameron. I'm playing Sully. He is a gnome, forest gnome rogue, and I've been playing D&D for 5 years, off and on. I think I missed the first couple years of that, but I've been playing pretty consistently the following 3 years, and it's taken over, and I need help. Don't want help. That's good.
Yeah. I need help.
I'm Troy. I need help.
That's not untrue. Great. Okay. Well, let's get started tonight. Just to recap, last week you guys were able to successfully rescue this dragonborn child from Lieutenant Isaac, who you promptly slew.
Slew? He's been slain.
He has been slain.
All of his words are slewed all over the floor.
Yes. And you discovered an old temple to the Order of the Harbinger, who are some kind of cults that is apparently bent on watching for something bad to come. And they apparently assumed that it was going to be this dragonborn child. So we'll see if that turns out to be true or not.
Or no.
And then we did leave one of the cultists alive. Did we want to question that guy?
Yes. So
Okay.
are you leaving him there? Are you bringing him with you? Let's start with that.
Crapper.
Absolutely bringing him with us.
You
right?
just-
Yeah, but then what's he going to do? Become a permanent member of the crew?
No, I mean,
Henchman? He's
I mean, like,
the cultist, is this person a dwarf or a
We'll make this one a dwarf. Yeah.
dwarf? Male, female?
Female.
Female. Oh.
the whole goal about this was to figure what was going on and then to go and tell the chainbreakers,
yeah.
right?
Right,
So it might be
correct.
good for us not only just bring the child, but also this dude who was involved with stealing the child from us.
Yeah, totally
Good
true.
idea.
Yep, we'll just take this person as this woman, right, as a prisoner for the time being.
Okay.
Let's not question her here. Let's get her out of here, along with the rest of the booty that we found, right? The rest of the stuff. And did we need to try to get anything identified or whatnot?
I assume that you would identify it. One of you has identified, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep,
Okay,
I
good.
do.
That's what I thought.
Yep.
I assume that you would have
Thank
identified it
goodness.
overnight, and that we can divide it up. Let's go ahead and list those things out for people.
Okay.
I'm bringing them up right now.
I know you sent it out, and I don't remember where I saved it, if I did.
Nobody emailed me back like dibsing anything. So.
Oh,
Well, I figured we would take care of that here. You didn't want to be like,
I wasn't sure if I
yeah.
should because I wasn't even here. I'm like, I wasn't here. I'll take everything.
You were
Right.
pretty instrumental, though.
That's
so
true. When I got kicked by a dwarf, it's like, does 500, 600 pounds of bronze not mean anything anymore?
I mean, it's a
Not to a
dwarf.
dwarf.
Yeah,
It's true.
It's a dwarf.
That's true.
All right. Kind of the key. Obviously, the most important thing that you have is this carcass of grick meat.
Yes,
Mhm.
that's very
Yes.
that Jared is turning into jerky.
So
I
that's
guess I don't know what
Jared's.
he's doing with
He was
it.
doing something with it, yeah.
I will smash it if he does not.
That would be Jared's. All right.
And that I think the rod of animal rulership should probably go to the rogue.
I
to-
would love that
just
so
because
much.
with
Yeah.
your affinity towards small creatures
Oh yeah,
and being a gnome.
absolutely. Now
like
they
it
have
fits
to be
in.
my friends.
If,
No-
if money can't do
no
it,
more of
Rod
that
rulership. did.
Yeah, exactly. No more talking them into anything. We're just going to command them to do things.
Yes.
It's much easier.
I would love
Nice.
that so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, that is a rod of rulership, which I have downgraded. I like to mess with magic items a lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Most of my 3.5 edition and earlier stuff was books wise anyway. Were buying things that were just magic item related, just for ideas
Yeah.
for stuff. I bought a book called Rings of Power. I bought all sorts of like Wizards of the Coast related stuff, just anything that would help me out with magic items. So I like to mess around with magic items. This one is a Rod of Rulership, which normally is a rare magic item. We've downgraded that to a Rod of Animal Friendship. And the intention there is that you can cast Charm on a beast or animal that has an intelligence of 5 or lower. And that's what the cultists were using to control the drakes that they had. in
Awesome.
there.
Great. Does that have a number of charges per day?
Once per day.
Once per day?
Yep.
All right.
It's not bad.
And then we have the
But it is all the animals you can see. So at the
Seriously?
time-
Nice.
It's an area of effect?
Yeah, well, I mean,
Area of effect.
I'm going to keep that. It said everybody you can see, basically. Every
Wow.
creature you can see within 120 feet.
Come, my squirrels.
the chain shirt.
the
I
Snow
think
White.
Oh, yeah.
unless Kelvin wants the chain shirt, we should probably just look at selling that, right?
Well, the chain shirt is dwarven sized on that. The cloak of protection, you also found a cloak that looked fancy and you kept it. It turned out to be a cloak of protection +1. It is dwarven size, but I figured if a normal sized person wore it, it'd be like a
cape.
cape of protection.
Half cloak, half cape. Yeah.
That's so cool.
What
Or-
did you ever?
Would it be too big for a gnome? I wouldn't think so.
No, it'd be fine for a gnome.
Yeah.
It would be fine for a gnome. Maybe a little bit long, but you could pin it up or something. The
Necktie for Tobias.
Jared just landed. Let's see.
I would think that we would each take a healing potion.
I think that's right.
Okay, I'm going
And
to
I
put
think
that on my
I already
inventory
have
sheet.
Yeah, there's 4 healing potions,
the
one for
one that we
each.
found. So
I'm just gonna pop open Zoom again and try not to kill my ears.
does anyone want the prayer book?
I'll take the prayer book.
You will? Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
I'll take the Warhammer if anyone else isn't keen on Warhammers.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, I kind of
Martial weapons are not something that I'm going to be utilizing very much.
I kind of pictured the cape like. Everybody sees Shazam?
Mm-hmm.
You know how he's got like a little over the shoulder kind of.
Oh, yeah.
kind of thing, right?
Mhm, mhm.
Excellent.
I don't know how that provides a lot of protection armor wise, but somehow it does.
Well, if it's magical, right?
And then the short sword belongs to Kelvin, right? I think he
Oh,
would
of
make
course.
the most use of that.
Short sword for Kelvin, for
Yeah.
sure. Because that's what he runs with, so.
All right. And then we have this one.
Okay, this Warhammer's new name is Do Your Job.
Oh, we're naming it now. Nice.
Nice. Okay. So
I was going to
this
call it the Traitor's Hammer, but I'm
class.
not sure who's betraying who at this point, so that may come up later.
And I already have a set of thieves' tools. Eddie, did you have one as well, or?
I do have a set of these tools.
Oh, great.
So-
Well, do we want a backup one just in case? I can.
Sure, take a second, just in case they break or something.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure.
I would imagine you'd be doing most of the lock picking
Sure.
only when it's more convenient for me to do it, but
All right. Yeah, I'll take that.
I've got some too, so let's stack up.
Yeah, we're set. Actually, we should just give this to Kelvin, then we'll all be
It's true. Yeah.
little lock breakers. Yeah, I don't imagine any of us wanting to change shirts, so maybe we can sell that one. Now, I think all of us kind of took a little neat magical item, except for you, Eddie. I think it would be fine if you took the Cloak of Protection.
Yeah.
If that's fine with Tobias. And
Mm-hmm.
I think you would look really cool in it, actually.
All right, I love it. I will put on a fancy dwarven cloak for sure.
How's a cape?
Or cape.
How tall are you?
Probably normal, like 5'7"-ish, 5'8", something
Oh, okay.
like that. Yeah, nothing.
It's not
nothing
too
super
short
tall.
on you
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
They're awesome.
Why do they not? There's no just regular potion of healing. There's greater, superior, supreme. Is it?
Was there not?
I don't see a regular.
I think it's a magical item.
Yeah. I'm looking in magical items to add
common
them.
then.
Oh, just go common.
Yeah.
What are you looking
It
for?
says no results found
For what?
for a healing potion. I'll just add a custom item. We know what they are.
What?
Or if you just go to manage inventory.
Yeah. But when you look at common potions,
What?
what?
How's there no healing potion?
I know, that's what I'm saying. I wonder if I'm in the wrong place. Because all I'm showing is
potion of
greater,
healing.
superior, or supreme. Those are the only
That
three there.
matters.
Yeah.
Just a common one. Yeah.
It's common. That's the one that shows up in
Healing.
common.
It really isn't here for me. I'm just going to...
What the
I
heck?
don't know.
You don't get a greater one just because you don't have healing. A normal one.
Right? I know. That's why I'm not asking you that.
Huh, it doesn't show up on mine either, actually.
It doesn't?
No.
That's so bizarre.
All right, hang on.
Oh, weird.
Gear. Oh. Yeah, click on other gear, because it's not listed as a potion for some reason.
Oh, it isn't?
Yeah, just click on the other gear tab, and then it should just pop right up if you type in healing.
Okay. I wonder why it's...
I don't need to talk like Sully when I'm talking
A
about
potion? A potion? That's
Yes,
not
you
a
do.
potion.
Oh, okay.
Hey, there's Jared.
There it is. Potion of healing.
Hey, can you hear me,
It's
Jared?
Hey, Jared.
so weird.
Hang on 1 second. I got to turn up my volume so I can hear you. There you are.
Do you want us to all get into Zoom?
Yeah, okay, let me send a new link to Zoom, and we'll have Cameron switch over again.
All right. Switching over is what I do.
Hang on 1 second. And I think we got it now.
Be. Yeah.
Yes. All right.
Paper clips and string. I love it.
Jared, can we hear you?
Yeah, can you guys hear me all right?
Looks good.
Wow,
Yes.
that's amazing. Thank you guys
Hear you on the
for
screen, too.
thanks for suffering through that while we set that up. I was I know we're supposed to do that a little earlier, so my apologies.
Well, it's good to have on backup in case one of us can't make
Well, we may be using this for me more often than not. We'll see. We'll see how my life develops. But hey, this is like actually all four of us for once.
Yeah, exactly.
So it worked out.
All right, let me just fix your name.
What's Tobias' favorite color?
Orange, probably. Oh, yeah. Considering
Look
he
at
mostly is.
Oh,
Yeah.
that. I did join the stream a minute
Leather and
ago,
wood.
Oh, okay.
String went along
and I heard you
underneath.
guys were
Got to fill in the gaps
Dividing up the
somehow.
loot without you.
yeah, dividing up the loot without me. What's that all about?
Well, we figured you just wanted the +1 short sword and you're good.
Yeah, I'm very happy with that.
I mean, if you'd rather, we can just sell it and divide the cost evenly among us all.
Oh, you're gonna like the pawn shops in Free Home.
That's right.
The
That's
pawn
right.
shops will like us.
Old Star pawn shops.
Which real fast, actually. I don't know where my. There. There is the crystal orb and then the various gems and coins, which all have a gold piece value. Figuring.
Oh, I was going to ask, could I actually pick up the orb?
Huh?
I have an idea, but it will probably take me a long time to put that idea together.
I love ideas. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have it.
I've got to like reverse engineer how an arcane sword yeah.
All right, you guys got all your stuff divided up?
Yeah.
Happy with it?
We're all
I think so.
good to sell those gems and coins and then divide the loot among us. Think
Yeah.
that's fair?
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
I'll hold on to them, then I'll sell them when we get the chance.
All right, Jared, so you have a healing potion and a short sword +1. And then you'll have to talk to Sully about your money sometime.
All right, fair enough.
Kelvin, Sully is way too scared to keep anything from you. Don't worry.
All right, good. I got this useless extra short sword now. I'm just sticking in my sock for a rainy day.
Cool. Kelvin, the other thing we decided is that the female Dwarven cultist who we spared, we're going to take her with us when we deliver the dragon child to the Chainbreakers.
Okay, great. Good idea.
So we haven't interrogated her or anything else like that. We figured we could do it there.
All right, well, let's get into it. That night, you spend licking your wounds. Not licking your wounds, you guys won.
I'm licking my wounds.
A couple of you maybe.
I'm hammering out my wounds.
Fixing your face
Yeah.
and other things. And you just got this cultist, where I was just barely looking up a name for her when we got worked into doing all of this stuff. Let's see. Her name is those are terrible names. Sometimes I like these, but this is not good. Her name is Donna.
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 Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna go Donna.
Poor Donna.
Now I have to go and write that down.
Evil Donna.
She's been led astray. It's different. Yeah. There are only evil actions, not evil people.
Ooh.
Do you believe that? I don't know. Maybe that's true.
Getting a
Fun
look into
concept. Mind thoughts in D&D.
well, did you gag her? Like, what are you doing? with
Okay,
her?
so to transport her, I don't know exactly how we're going to transport her through the city as a prisoner.
Well, I mean,
Dress up as the city guard again.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
do we want to go anywhere else or just head straight to Chainbreaker? I mean, I
Well,
feel
okay,
pretty
so
beat up.
that's something that we need to discuss as a group, adding in, now that we have Kelvin here, is what are we going to do with this child? I am not 100% comfortable just turning him over to the Chainbreakers without any questions answered, because first of all, we didn't know we were transporting this kid to begin with.
Mhm.
He's obviously been used in one nefarious plot, and I'm not comfortable just giving him up to the next one, whatever that might be.
Sure.
I feel like keep the existence quiet potentially while we talk to the Chainbreakers. I don't know, Kelvin, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think we need to understand more about the situation before we do anything with the
Yeah,
kid, do anything with the kid at all. I'm not even sure we work for the Chainbreakers at the moment, right? We're only contracted with.
Yeah, we were just told, hey, go get information and bring it back to us. So now we have the object and some information, but not enough.
Yeah.
Well, there is the whole idea that this is really weird that this child even exists, right?
Correct.
And none of us, well, I guess I don't want to speak for you guys, but I have no idea what to do with him or what it means. And he doesn't, how old is this child again?
4.
He's not gonna have any great secrets or idea of how he exists in his head, and we can't
I don't know.
pick him about
When we
that.
speak to the kid, what's his name? We ask him.
He doesn't have a name.
Is he
Says
verbal?
Oh, dang.
He is, just barely.
Okay.
When you ask him his name, he looks at you and kind of looks down at the floor and kind of scuffs his foot a little bit, and he says, "They just call me the kid."
That's so sad.
If Tobias had a heart, it would break.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
All right.
Mandalorian did too for like 2 seasons.
Who's gonna
When
name
they
him?
even talk to me.
Kid, you need a name. What do you know what you want your name to be?
I like something tough.
Oh, Kelvin.
His name should
What's a
be
tough
Kelvin.
name? Oh, his name should be Kelvin. Kelvin Jr.
Wait a minute.
That's an interesting one to explain.
Yeah. That'll be a
Do
weird
we know
conversation
who-
at the dinner table at home.
Yeah.
Do we know who actually put this job out to the Chainbreakers?
It was Sylvana, Lady Sylvana, who is the avatar of the Silver Dragon.
Mm.
So she says.
That's true. As far as I could tell, she seemed like she was being honest.
No, it's true.
And really, I don't know how else we can check her credentials. Maybe we can ask for some cool badge or something. But really, we don't have the resources or ability to do anything else, right?
It's true.
I mean, we just kind of have to trust her word on this. And she didn't seem like she wanted to hurt him. Just understand why and how he exists, how Kelvin Jr. exists.
Right.
Is that really what we're going with?
That's what I'm going with for now.
Yes.
How about KJ?
Ooh, yeah. How do you like that? KJ for Kelvin Jr.
I'm into it. I'm into it big time.
Awesome.
Is KJ a tough name?
This guy's name's Kelvin.
And he's clearly the toughest.
Oh, okay.
And technically, I'm a Toby, so you know, it's close. Okay.
Yeah,
Not really.
I could be KJ.
KJ? Oh man, you're gonna have such a good life, KJ.
I like your optimism.
optimistic. It's so good. We need the narrator to come in and like, he's not.
Unfortunately, he does not.
Yeah. Where's Ron
Cool.
Howard
Free
to come narrate this for us?
Exactly.
Great. We have a name for our young dragonborn, KJ.
So I'm thinking we head back to the boat hole and then maybe go meet with Lady Sylvana and say that we have a good lead on where the kid is.
Oh,
And maybe get more info.
I have one other question. Are you bringing Lieutenant Azek?
Oh, yeah.
Um,
'Cause we kind of.
What is,
You know, the
how do you
more
guys feel
things
about
we
that?
carry out of this warehouse, the weirder we are gonna look.
Yeah, I'm not. If we're gonna take something, we're not taking the whole body. Just a head.
I've always wanted that would be so cool. That's like checking something on my bucket list.
Sweet.
I'm taking his beard. Nah, I don't know.
Just the beard.
Just
No. Kelvin has the best survival score, I'm sure, to harvest a head in its most convenient way.
Pristine.
Yeah.
Does
I'm plus.
Kelvin have experience transporting heads?
I'll cut his head off and shove it in a sack. Remember, this guy's like Calvin.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's why I'm turning it
That's
over to
true.
you,
This guy
dude.
ruined his life.
Exactly. Exact some additional
Yeah.
penance out of him.
All right. Yeah. Calvin's gonna hack his head off and shove it in a
I'll
sack.
cover KJ's eyes before that happens.
Yeah, we take him out and the girl.
And
We'll-
Donna.
We'll
Donna's
Oh,
guard
probably like
them.
Lieutenant Isaac's childhood
Just
friend or something.
KJ by
Could
the
be.
hand. It's like,
they might have known each other a while.
don't worry about everything you see or hear in this
Yeah.
place.
I don't actually have a set of manacles, so I'll just tie Donna's hands behind her back
Okay.
and just cheerfully remind her that I am so happy to kill her if she gives me reason to. And then I'll lead both her and KJ out of the room just while we wait for them to finish decapitating.
No way. Calvin looks at KJ. He's like, don't look away.
This is what tough guys do.
This is the way the world works.
That's awesome. All right. A few minutes later, you have a dwarf head stuffed into a sack from the pantry.
Oh, and that's what we ought to take Azek's head to the Chainbreaker's place, show him that we dealt with him, and then talk to Lady Sylvana some more. But that means one of us probably needs to hang back with the kid, with KJ and Donna, because we don't want to leave them completely unsupervised.
Would Donna be a bad person to also take to the Chainbreakers? Because I mean, she's also just further evidence.
I think she'd be better proof than his head, because to them, he's not a traitor.
Who, Isaac?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he is to the Chainbreakers. He is.
Okay.
Well, in as much as that they didn't believe you at first.
Oh, okay.
What happened?
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like we don't really want
I don't think it would be bad
the
to take her
Chainbreakers
at all.
to know, right? We want them to ask
her and the head.
Only problem is she knows we have the kid.
Well, I mean, are we planning on not telling the Chainbreakers that?
I don't think so up front. I don't know. You guys tell me. I have reservations about just taking this kid in the Chainbreakers and go do whatever you were going to do with him before. Because I didn't think that it seemed like whatever they were doing was a good thing.
Sure.
Well, they could have been keeping him hidden to keep him protected, but I guess that
Could
didn't
have.
work. Yeah. I'd say we could take everything to the Chainbreakers and say, like, we're not leaving until we talk to whoever started this job.
Which is Lady Sylvana's.
Yeah.
I would say, they're gonna have questions about where Azek's head came from, of course, right? But
Yeah.
I'm a little loath to tip our hand. You know what I mean? Like with them yet. Obviously, Calvin is maybe too anxious to do that, right? To like go and improve himself. But on the other hand, we were hired. You know, there's like a code, right? We were hired by. What's her name?
It's Lady Sylvana.
Yeah, we weren't hired by the Chainbreakers. As much as he wants to get in with them, he's torn between like, okay, this is a chance to show that he's worth his salt. On the other hand, you know, there's a code, right? He's been hired. So you usually go back, like, who hired you? This is the one they're supposed to do the job for. So
Right.
I'm happy to go. But of course, you go back and take Azek to the Chainbreakers. They're going to be like, well, what happened? They're going to have questions. Where was he? What else was there? We're gonna have to
Maybe we do the Chainbreakers like independently first. Take them, Azek and Donna, tell them that we busted him up and that we got leads potentially to the kid, and then maybe get a hold of Sylvana and try to get a meeting with her outside of the Chainbreakers, so that we limit their knowledge that he exists.
Yeah.
And then we're only exposing the existence of the kid, or that we recovered him, to just Sylvana.
Right.
Okay.
Because for all we know, the Chainbreakers could have been the source of.
Yeah, they could have been. Azek was, well, no, because then he wouldn't have had to hijack it in the middle. So the Chainbreakers were doing something else with the KJ.
So if we do take Donna knows that the kid is alive.
Right.
KJ's alive.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't think it's wrong to kind of come from a position of we're worried about the kid because we don't want to be trafficking lives, and say we'd like to talk to Lady Sylvana first and ensure that she is who she says she is. And then we can hand over the child. We kind of have that position of power.
True. But if we're not going to walk into the Chainbreakers with KJ, then he has to be somewhere secure that they don't know about. Because any place that's connected with us, if this kid's is sought after as much as he is, I don't think anything that's known to be connected to us is safe.
Right. Boat hole.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't. Is that bolt hole secure? Are we sure that it's unknown?
I think it was it Sully's or was it yours, Eddie?
It was mine.
Okay. So is this one that you've brought anybody to before, or is it just one that is it one that maybe other people in the
Iron Covenant? The Iron Covenant would know that that's my place because that's where they would get a hold of me.
Okay.
So I could look into sources with the Iron Covenant for a safe house for a couple of days.
It might be a good idea.
Why don't I do that? I'll
Well, I
set
mean-
up a completely independent safe house with the Iron Covenant. Just say, hey, I need a place that we can stay for a bit and lay low.
Okay.
Would the Iron Covenant be at all conflicted in the Chainbreakers and be scared of antagonizing them? Because I mean, the Chainbreakers are like, you're holding our stuff away from us and you
Maybe.
give it back.
Maybe if it got out and came back around, but I'd be willing to deal with that
Okay.
ramifications if something, came up.
I mean, it was either that or like your Action Force headquarters, Kelvin and Tobias. I mean, that seems like a pretty secure location. You guys talked that up a lot.
Kelvin, what do you think the security is there?
Just a couple notches above elementary school. It's not great. It's not great.
Okay.
Dang.
Do you want to make?
That
you want me to
owner of that
make
place runs his mouth.
Okay.
Okay, why don't we have you make insight and investigation
Okay.
and persuasion, and tell me how
All
many
three?
successes, roll all three. Tell me which ones get over a 12. No, which ones get over a 13?
Over a 13.
Yeah.
Is investigate. Can we help them with any of these checks?
So are you guys splitting up? You're giving the kid to Eddie? And then you
Well,
guys are
I
gonna
think we
go?
want to secure him and then
And then
somebody
we can go.
stays in the
Okay.
hideout.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, then yes, you guys can help with that.
Okay, so you said
Um,
investigation?
Let's have you do an investigation,
Okay,
somebody else do an insight, and let's have Eddie do a persuasion, because he is trying to persuade
okay.
why can't I remember your thieves
Iron
guild?
Covenant.
The Iron Covenant.
Yeah.
Ah, jeez.
Okay, so here comes the investigation.
Or persuasion?
Persuasion.
Oh, persuasion first? Okay, so here comes persuasion. I'm gonna flip my coin, give
Okay.
myself a little guidance real quick, center myself. 18.
All right. You are able to use your contacts to talk to somebody, and without, you make it through the conversation without divulging exactly why you need a new
A little safe place.
safe house.
Awesome.
Let's check it out though. When you get there, I need somebody to make an investigation.
I'd love to do that.
Go for it. I flip my coin and tap you on the shoulder
Thank
and
you.
have a little guidance.
I
from
feel so
someone.
guided. Oh no. I'll use my last psionic
Oh yeah, we haven't rested yet.
ability.
Nope.
That's better. Okay. 15.
All right. With a 15, you scout around the area looking for any indication that somebody might be trailing you or following you or anything like that. You're not able to see anybody.
Okay, good.
I don't remember what the third one was I asked for.
And actually,
Was it
I-
insight? Yes.
I think we need to take a long rest before we adventure out to do
Yeah, to
anything.
do anything.
Personally,
Mhm.
I could reuse or use some recharge.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, that makes
I
sense.
just need to point out that generally heads in a sack don't keep too good.
Sure, just till tomorrow, don't you think?
Generally speaking.
We could dip it in tar. That's what they used to do.
I'll go buy some ice.
I think this head's starting to turn.
You just gotta put some turn undead on.
What if somebody just keeps
Sorry.
casting cure wounds on it?
There you go. Gentle
Yeah.
repose.
Gentle repose, yeah. That's
Yeah,
the one.
that's the one. I don't think I have it though.
That's okay.
All right, and I need somebody to make an insight check.
Yep. I can take care of that.
I think I can do that. I got a +3.
You want to do that? You got a +3?
I got a +2.
You do?
Yeah.
So you could
11.
aid each other and have somebody roll twice. What do you want to do, Ryan?
Either way.
Yeah, I got an 11.
Okay, that's not a success. So.
No.
Needs to succeed.
All right, let me I found this dice roller. Hold on.
And I will give you
Boom.
guidance, Kelvin.
19.
So add a D4.
19.
Oh, that's
All
without
right,
the D. That's without the D4.
Oh, okay.
Oh, even better.
You, as you're getting comfy in this little tiny place, basically just a little 10 room or 10 foot apartment room, maybe 20 tops.
Okay.
You catch the young KJ. He keeps glancing at the door and not sure about not sure about trusting you guys. Let's have you pick. Let's give him a little bit more personality too, a little tendencies here. Who would Kelvin think would be the best caregiver, but keeper, babysitter, the best role model, I guess, even for KJ, somebody who could keep a good eye on him.
Well, I mean, it's his namesake. I mean, probably. I don't know. Let's see. We got.
Well, Kelvin's the connection with the Chainbreakers, or at least our better one, right? Because I was working for him, but I don't necessarily know if I was a member.
Yeah.
So Kelvin, I think, needs to go to the Chainbreakers. I could totally stay behind and watch the kid.
I was gonna say I think Eddie. So I'd be too afraid he would eat Sully and.
And I have
no,
like charm person and some other things that I could keep
We
him in
can
control.
coerce him.
I'm not sure about a robot caregiver. I don't know how dystopian we're gonna get.
He's older than I am, so
That's like the choice of leaving your 8-year-old with your just turned 12-year-old, and you're sitting there scratching your chin going,
who's gonna babysit who?
is that really the best idea? Yeah.
All right. Okay, Eddie. KJ's going to take on some of your personality types as we go along. Obviously, he still accept. I mean, you guys named him after Kelvin, so when he needs to be brave, I guess he'll act like Kelvin. But
and sigh disappointingly as we touch things, magical things that will do
Flip a lot of coin.
I'm going to spend as much time as I can whenever I'm watching after KJ to teach him sleight of hand tricks and to show him how to do card tricks and hustles.
Nice.
Because you need a skill.
Yeah, sure.
Teach him how to pickpockets.
Great. Okay. That night passes mostly uneventfully. The next morning, you drag Donna and the three of you head out to meet up with Captain Tusk. As you describe how you enter the Chainbreakers headquarters, or Captain Tusk's office and the headquarters there.
Kelvin, if it's okay with you, I think Tobias and I would like to fling open the double doors and you can drag Donna behind you and with like your chest puffed up high and just stride in.
Yeah, that's
I'll
perfect.
be like, dun,
That
dun,
is
dun,
like-
dun.
Yeah.
It's like throw her on the ground and then chuck the bag with a head.
Tobias and I will be singing like the most beautiful anthem from less
The miserable.
Yeah, less miserable.
Yeah.
Like
Can you
the
cough?
stirring
Can you cough up?
anthem of the hero as he returns triumphant.
You cough up some speakers, Tobias. You really amplify it.
No, I don't have that much energy. Sorry.
All right.
Although I did want
Captain Tusk
it.
comes throws open his office door in the back as you guys enter in the lobby. He says, "What's going on out here? You three. I thought I told you never to come back here."
So what's that, Donna? We've got her manacled, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna leave
tied
her.
up.
Yeah,
Tied up
she's
again.
maybe behind with Sully and Tobias, but he will just toss the sack with the head.
Oh, I thought you brought her. You guys were going to bring her with you.
Yeah.
We wanted to bring her.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she's with us, just like not in the
I
in front with me. Yeah.
Okay, I guess.
I think first thing he's just gonna toss the sack with the head in it at his feet, and he's just like,
Make it.
I think this is an old friend of yours.
Attack. Make a ranged attack roll.
Make a drama roll.
Yes,
Oh.
or performance, whichever's higher. I think it's going to be ranged attack for you though.
It's definitely going to be a ranged attack. Okay, that's going to be a 17.
All right. The sack hits him right in the chest, and he grabs it, and but he's not able to like he grabs it by the bottom, and the head just plops out, just right at his feet. Boom, boom, boom.
Whoa!
We just stained their floor.
Yeah,
Oh,
just a
no.
bit.
And Calvin's just
We're not going
like,
to get too gory with this, but, but there you
Calvin,
go.
oh, we're not. Oh, I thought we left that behind when we put someone's head in it.
We're going to keep this as PG-13 as we
Oh,
can.
okay.
I guess.
Tobias just shouts from the door. Any questions?
It's just like, yeah.
He looks.
Calvin's just
Captain
like,
Tusk.
I think this is a friend of yours.
Captain Tusk looks down and recognizes the lieutenant, his former lieutenant, and then looks up at you. He says, and he just tosses the sack back at you. He says, "Clean this up. Get in my office."
Which one first?
Calvin's like, I don't work for you. I used to, but I don't anymore. And then he just walks into his office. Leaves the head on the floor.
I defiantly do what you say.
All right, so Tobias. Wait, so is anybody gonna pick up the? You're just gonna leave it
Just
out there?
kind of step over it.
I mean, it
Some
would have been nice
dragging
if this guy without the sense of smell had done this, but I will.
I just grabbed Sully.
Oh, okay, I guess I'm going to.
All right, as Captain Tusk slams the door behind you, you see some lowly private trying to roll the head back into the back.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
That's his job. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
It used to be our job, not anymore.
Oh yeah, we don't work here anymore. That's what Kelvin said.
That's
Tusk
right.
says, Tusk sits down behind his desk and pulls out a drawer and pulls out a flask of something and says, "Looks like you earned this," and pours each of you a glass.
Does this smell poisoned?
Ah. Kool-Aid.
I thought he was angling for, I'm getting too old for this crap.
Yeah, Calvin will take it.
So where'd you find this?
Take it.
So where'd you find
Dump it
it?
in my forge.
Where
Long
do we
story.
find it?
Where did you find him?
Hidden away with his cultist weirdos.
And the package
We're
we're
working
supposed to
on.
deliver?
We're working on that.
Well, we discussed that we were going to talk to him about that, right? Because if we're delivering Donna, he's going to know we have her KJ. Is he?
Yeah, but
Well,
I think
No, she's not very
we-
trustworthy, in my opinion.
Plus, I'm sure we have her. Like she can't talk. I'm sure we got her to get like. As long as we get out of here, they can interrogate her and find out later that we know. But
Okay.
we'll just figure she's not going to say much while we're there because we're going to have her. I'm sure she's like manacled and gagged so she can't talk.
Okay.
Until you guys are long
gone.
How much do you want to tell Captain Tusk then of the story?
Do we have any of the? Oh no, we don't want to give them any of the incriminating documents. They will be too detailed.
I think everything but the kid. Honestly, like at least Calvin. This is Calvin's.
Yeah. Do we have one of the medallions?
He wants to look like a king. A great investigator. You know what I mean? It wants all of us to, like, we put all these pieces together. We did something that you and all of your whole crew couldn't figure out. We did this, right? So Calvin's a little vindictive, maybe.
Okay.
And I think in my opinion, would be he'll share everything. No, I think just
okay.
He holds all the cards, right?
He
holds all the cards.
He's like,
I think she would share everything except for the fact that we found the package, right? That we found the kid.
And to that point, Sully might also bring up that they had a cell in there that had a lot of signs that they were holding a Dragonborn child.
Yeah, how many times does Sully interrupt the story to embellish it? Seven times. Oh, we lost your video there.
Oh no.
Jared, you still with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Sorry, what? Hold on.
There
we go. That was weird. All right. Yeah, so I think Calvin's just like he wants to brag a little bit, but he's not gonna play his hand either. Like he's agreed with the group about what to do with this kid. They've made an agreement with Lady Sylvanas, so that nothing prevents him from just talking about what they did to find the traitor at least.
Yeah, true.
All right. Captain Tusk listens to the story. Any specific embellishments that you two want to throw in there?
Calvin single-handedly held Lieutenant Isaac up in the air while he smashed him with his own warhammer over and over again. And then there was the one time we were.
It's true. I saw the whole thing.
We did see. I'll throw in a little at the end. We did see the kid KJ getting dragged away by a cultist who locked with the gate, shut it down before us, and we weren't able to open it in time. But we do have some hunches on where he went. So we need to see Lady Sylvana and talk with her immediately.
All right.
So as all that's coming out of Sully's mouth, Calvin's eyes are like getting wider. Like, not agree.
But then as it finishes,
okay. That's okay. We'll roll with it.
All right. Captain Tusk stands up as you wrap up your story. He's looking out through his window out to the rest of his office at this, and he draws a curtain closed and turns back to you and says, "That's quite the tale, but obviously you've got some evidence. I've got no reason to disbelieve you." He says, "Listen, I'll be honest with you. Someone arranged for Lieutenant Isaac to be on this detail, and that means that we've got a leak in here somewhere. And I'm not happy about that. Not happy at all." And he slams down his glass. He said, "I'd like to have you back. I'd like to have your squad back. There'd be a promotion in it, of course." He looks over at Kelvin. "I am missing a lieutenant now."
Yeah, this is like Kelvin's, moment, right? This is what he's wanted. He definitely wants out of Action Force. I guess he quit already. But on the other
I
hand,
think
he's like,
you guys kind of made it clear when you left that that you were listening to
yeah,
to
that's
Jimmy
true.
over at Action Force anymore.
So on the other hand, it's like they have a job, right? They've taken a job, and I just feel like I think Calvin's gonna like, you know, breathe deep and like big sigh, be like, yeah, I think we'd like to come back, but we've got a job that we got to finish first. What do you pay for traitors? And then he kind of looks at the head again.
He says, I pay promotions. I already mentioned that.
But I don't work here.
Well, neither did he anymore. Says, listen, finish up whatever you're finishing or whatever you've got going on. But I want you back here. He says, is this a gift too? And he lifts the dwarf up off her chair and kind of stares down at her.
Yeah. He's like, we found her with the rest. See, the problem here is that he's going to talk to her after we leave and know that that we know more, which is why I can't really say yes to him now. Wouldn't say yes to him now without, you know, all of us discussing it anyway, but we're already, That's why I think like I think Kelvin knows it's kind of a non-starter, like joining up again. Like we're already
kind of beyond that.
Yeah, we're already off the path a
sailed.
little bit, as much as he wants to. But I think, you know, there's a like I said, there's a code. Like you take a job and then you finish the job. So, Kelvin just wants to get paid for the turning in a traitor. Like that's his main angle with this conversation right now. So if he's talking promotion, he's just gonna kind of keep coming back to like, we have another job to finish, but you know, I did something here. It's worth something to you. I know it is.
Yeah, I was under the assumption that it was a mercenary guild, but
make a persuasion check then.
All right. Oh boy. Oh, that's not good. That's not a good bonus. Here we go. 11. Not great.
All right. He says that it's out of my hands now until this lady from the Dragon's Keep gets what she wants. We're not getting paid, but when we do, and if you're back here, I'll make sure you get your full cut from your job from before, plus a little extra for this one.
All right. Calvin's just like kind of nods gruffly. He's like, all right. It's worth it just to cut his head off anyway.
Nice. All right. Captain Tusk shows you out of the office.
Can I, as we're leaving, can I try to pickpocket Captain Tusk to give the money to Kelvin?
You have such a nice robe. Let me see under it.
All right. I just want to make sure that Sully understands the ramifications.
I mean, I've already done it once before. Might as well.
Okay. That's going to go well. All right. Make your sleight of hand check.
That's an 18.
Okay.
And if I fail, then I can add a d6 to it using my psionic ability.
Okay. He is too busy looking at or shouting out orders to privates to come and take Donna into custody and stuff. He doesn't notice you walk behind him, and he ends up 20 gold lighter.
That's a good down payment.
Yeah.
He's gonna start getting suspicious though. I'm just saying.
I swear.
Every time I defeat that Sully guy, I lose my wallet.
Just keep handing in heads and getting paid from this clock
getting paid, yeah.
magically.
Once
Okay.
we leave, I say, Kelvin, I'm sorry that he wasn't willing to give you a little down payment. So I managed to scrounge up a little bit of my own cash, and I just wanted to offer it to you as what awesome work you did in there. I think you're super great.
Did Calvin have noticed him doing this? So he then he's comes up and he's like, I got my own cash. He's like, your own cash? Really?
I think you deserve it more than I do.
Why don't you hold on to it for me? Why
No,
hold on to
Kelvin,
it for
please.
Me, Sully?
It would be doing me an honor. Please take it.
It's still in a leather wallet with a big T embroidered on it.
He's totally one of those guys that's got the
Oh,
chain
yeah.
to his wallet,
Yeah.
and you got it all. You got the
Yes.
chain and the wallet.
All right. Yeah, Kelvin will take it. He'll be like, all right.
He's got his big first name emblazoned on his
Yes.
wallet. It's like, oh, you're one of them.
It's stamped on and it's a little off, like he did it
Yeah.
when he was at summer camp a long time ago.
Oh, it's probably one of his kids. Now that I'm thinking about it. Oh, now I feel bad.
It's got
Oh.
naga hide ribbon wrapped around the edges.
Exactly.
All right.
I feel bad.
Yeah,
and
he's just
good
like,
for this
thanks, buddy.
action at the same time.
So make sure you guys don't have a tail on the way back to the hideout.
Yeah. I think I'll split off to the marketplace actually.
Okay. Eddie, make a perception check.
Okay.
Can I come with?
Well, my
Yeah.
passive
I'm gonna
is
sell those gems
18.
and try to get money.
Right.
So you want me to
Yeah.
make it be
I
on
That's
keep
what
that?
forgetting that it's so high.
I can make
No.
one.
I'm just not going to ask you to make perception checks anymore. That's how it is. You notice a larger number of kind people out on the street than you've ever seen before. Not like a big group of them, but
But just more groups.
every half hour or so, you see a pair of them walking up and down the streets, and maybe even one with
The more martial ones.
and they see with weapons basically,
Okay.
like that you
Nice.
normally wouldn't see. Maybe some bows strapped on their backs and stuff. Normally these nomads are just travelers and whatnot. And you don't see them armed like that.
Mhm.
Let's skip over Tobias for a second. I'm going to focus on you over at the marketplace. What are you selling and buying there?
Is it us two then?
Yeah, I wanted to tag along with the bias as well. I just thought I wanted to pawn off those gems that we found,
Okay.
but you can do your thing.
Cool. And I just got a pair of maces and what else did I pick up? Yeah, and just
The chain shirt.
the chain shirt and any gold that we can split between us. Yeah. I
Okay.
need to pick up some fuel. So
The shop change, the shops there offer you about 25% of what they're worth.
yep.
I don't know if you know how much they're worth at your age yet.
It's always
No,
with them. I will always try to haggle up just because money's important to me, but I probably don't know how much a chain shirt is worth myself. So
I was gonna say I have a very low charisma and no knowledge about these things, so I'm like 2 silver. Yeah, it sounds good.
Okay.
Not quite that.
As you guys are haggling and trying to sell these wares at different places, Tobias, the red cloaked mage that you guys met 2 nights ago. I don't know how long you guys have been looking around, but at least 2 nights ago.
Yeah, it was at least.
Steps up next to you while you're looking at some wares at one of these in one of these shops, and he puts something down on the counter on the table just in front of you.
He's shopping
He
for
says-
adult diapers.
He's shopping for adult. And it's just a little tiny little pouch, like a little dice bag, but just for maybe holding just 1 or 2 dice. And it's got a drawstring on the top of it. He says, I know that you have the child. If you give him to me or tell me where he is, then this is yours. And he pulls the drawstring apart. Inside, you can see this shiny opalescent white stone, about the size of a 20-sided die inside. And you recognize it as a smaller soul stone.
Right.
How much
I'm
energy
too
does
short. I
that
can't see the counters,
represent?
so I don't know what's in the bag.
Oh, let's see.
Do you want to tell me about the soul stone?
Actually, let's make it pearl size.
Yeah.
We'll make it pretty small.
Yeah.
So this tiny little pearl of a soul stone. The soul stones were an energy source that was also the larger ones, or the first one anyway, was used to create Warforged way back in the early ages, and then used as an energy source. He says, this mage says, I've been down to your old cities. I found this there. I thought you might appreciate it more than most.
You gotta start laughing. I saw plenty of those when I was born. Big pile of them, mostly with lots of other parts, but don't know what happened to all of them.
But how long has it been since you've seen one now?
I don't remember.
You can't remember the last time you've
No,
seen one at
I
all.
know.
Oh, okay.
Like, I don't remember. That's funny. I feel like I should remember. Anyway, and then Tobias like starts shouting at the shopkeep for coal, kind of just completely ignores him.
Oh, wow. All right.
So this would be
He's-
like this is a big deal, right? This would be like a permanent power source for him. Is that kind of?
It like doubles as a power source, but it's almost like the soul.
Yeah.
Like you could create a forge,
Yeah.
a Warforged with it.
Ah, okay. Even one this small, or could you just create a little tiny Warforged like this?
I
big?
think I'm not entirely sure how that's divided up, and I don't think anybody knows anymore. So yeah, it's one of those things.
They're not large.
Okay.
I mean, the one inside a regular Warforged is probably just a gem sized, like a large.
Okay. Wow.
diamond or
I
something.
should
So-
have said, I got one of those. Neat. Anyway, moved on, being my boisterous self.
He scoops up the pouch and shoves it back into into his cloak, and glares at you as he backs off, walking away.
Could I try and
Do it.
pickpocket and grab that?
It is inside his cloak right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to just follow him a little bit, and once he leaves the shop, I gotta try. If he was offering it to Tobias and he thought it was cool, and it'll probably be cool, and I want it.
Okay, can you roll a 23?
23.
Let's think of
Maybe.
Ooh.
You're gonna lose a hand, buddy.
that.
Or a soul.
It's
I don't
fair.
know.
It's fair. Okay. That is a 19, and I'll use a psionic ability die. $24.
Hey. Sneaky sneak.
All right, you have a pouch. How far away did you follow him?
I didn't want to follow him super far, but I didn't want to do it right outside the shop. So like if the shop is in a market square, I'd probably follow him until he's like about to leave the square, make it right as he's crossing into an alley, then make my way back to the shop for Tobias.
Yeah, just beyond the crowds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We're not gonna make this easy. What's your stealth?
Stealth? You want me to roll for stealth?
Yeah, roll a stealth check.
Oh, 24.
Nice.
Oof.
All right. He
It's beautiful.
stops for a moment and you duck behind a barrel just as he turns around as you're trying to walk back. All right.
He saw nothing. He felt nothing.
Yep, I'll make my way back to Tobias. Get your stuff.
Yeah, it's got like 10 pounds of nasty coal. It's just like,
It looks great, buddy.
yeah, that's what I can afford.
And did we also manage to sell those gems that we found?
Mhm.
Okay.
Did I put the worth
Yeah.
on the thing there? Okay.
Okay, cool. I'll divvy that up when we get back.
Okay.
Awesome.
As we're walking back, now being kind of hypersensitive, can I make a perception check to see if anyone's following us?
Yes.
There's a nat one, so it always
You
comes
feel
back
great.
to bite you.
Yeah,
I feel great.
If you roll
Yeah.
good, then you roll bad later.
Sully's just so happy to be here right now.
Kind of brimming with excitement. Hey, Tobias.
Mhm.
So, you know that guy who came in and he was all like, "Tell me where the child is, and I'll give you this thing." What was in the pouch?
Something shiny. Didn't get a look at it.
Oh, you,
Quite.
you said you knew what it was, but were you just pulling his leg?
Well, it's a little difficult to talk about.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is it kind of important to you?
Yeah. Which is weird because I don't quite know why.
Oh,
Anyway, some soul searching I need to do. Anyway, I know, which is funny because it's going over my head too.
Oh, okay. Sully's now uncertain if he wants to bring it up again, so he just keeps walking.
Oh gosh. All right. I thought this was going to turn into a rescue Sully night, but it did not. That's good.
Every night is almost a rescue
Excellent.
Sully night.
All right, Kelvin, make a perception check as you meet up with these two coming back from the marketplace.
They went off to the marketplace by themselves.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess-
Yeah, we're
All
coming
right.
back.
So maybe I went home for a little while. Stop by the house.
I have an
Yeah.
idea for
Cool.
later tonight.
Okay. Perception check. That is a 14.
Okay. You can see that they're being tailed by a pair of, like they're talking or whatever and not paying attention. You see they're being tailed by a pair of kind archers.
Of course.
Hey, which one of you guys could you had like a, was it Sully? You had like a mental connection to somebody? You could
Yeah.
make one? So
Yeah, and make us whisper each other inside our heads.
what's the range on that?
Really far.
I was just wondering, well, I guess we should have said we did that with Eddie before we left, but we didn't think about that, did we?
Yeah, I thought about that about like halfway through our conversation. But,
All right, so all right, if I kind of link up with you guys, Calvin's like, looks like you picked up a tail.
checkmate. Checkmate.
Tobias turns around and looks, what? I have a tail.
I don't think I did. Did you? Tobias doesn't have one either.
Actually, I think we have two.
Followers Follow? No, not that. You'll think of that one wrong. Either. People following you. Yeah,
People are
bad
following
guys.
us.
Bad guys.
Oh shoot.
Don't look.
What do we do?
We have to figure out how to lose them.
Let's see.
Or we could just turn around and confront them.
Ooh, I like that one.
That's true. Oh, my charisma sucks. I'm huge and like possibly threatening, but I'm also like not charismatic at all. So I'm like,
You can argue that intimidation could be used as persuasion potentially, or you just intimidate.
yeah.
And intimidation
How about,
sometimes can be used like your strength score
Oh,
to
okay.
show that that you're so tough.
Yeah.
Because like a barbarian's not intimidating with his persuasion, right? He's intimidating
That
with
makes
his
sense.
muscles.
That makes sense. I'm too used to being a cleric.
Yeah. I see we turn around and talk to them. I mean, what's the worst that can happen?
So, all right. So I think the three of us are we've met up and we're kind of discussing this, trying not to be obvious about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we kind of seem to resolve as a group. We might as well just confront them. So Kelvin just turns and then just points right at them across the street or wherever they are down the street. And he's like, "Hey, you! Hey!"
And then I
how you doing?"
immediately chase after them.
They scatter. They freeze for a second. They look at each other, and then they look back at you, and they look at each other again, just doing a double take, and then immediately turn around and start walking quickly back the other direction.
Should we give chase?
Nah. Kelvin's like, "Well, I got to write that down. That was way easier. Way easier than trying to lose a tail."
Exactly. Just have a 7-foot walking bucket of bolts and
Kelvin's gonna look around and see if he notices anyone, maybe there's a second tail or second group or something. He's just gonna see if he notices anything else. I guess in particular, he's gonna be looking for Kine,
Okay, make a perception check.
or anything, chain breakers or Kine. I guess is what he should have some kind of working knowledge of the chain breakers, but the Kine seem to be sticking to their own. So
yeah.
14, not amazing.
Okay, you guys continue your way back. You don't notice anyone following you after that.
Sounds good.
See if I can work out the timing on this correctly here. Let's see. All right, Eddie, here's
Yes.
a knock
Oh,
on the door. This one, though, is not your prearranged secret knock. It's just a
okay. So this bolt
That's not
hole,
good.
what is it exactly? Is it a room at an inn?
it's
Is it
in an apartment.
okay? It's a tenement.
Yeah, tenement apartment, and it's got some windows smaller than normal that have been mostly blocked off from the inside, so people can't see in.
Okay.
There would be a back way out, but otherwise it's just a room.
It's a 4th floor walk up in Hell's Kitchen.
Do I have a?
There you
go.
Is there like a spy key or a spy hole that I can see?
Yes.
Or-
Yeah.
And do I trust it? Like I'm not gonna get stabbed in the eye when I look through it.
It's up to you.
So I take a quick look to see who it might be, as quiet as I can.
You see an elvish woman
Okay.
in long silvery white robes standing out impatiently, waiting outside the door.
This isn't a very good hide spot. If everybody knows we've got this kid the second we get him.
We're not good at this.
Clearly
This is
not.
why we need to get rid of the KJ as soon as we can.
No, I think the world is better than we are.
Stop it. How long have they been gone and when do I expect them back?
They've been gone for most of the morning now, for at least an hour or two. So I assume that you guys headed out first thing in the morning, and
Mhm.
so
Okay, so this is where Okay, I'm gonna put myself, and it's a 1-bedroom, you said?
Just a one bedroom.
Is there a closet or anything?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna take KJ and myself and hide in the closet. And well, no, I'm not gonna be able to do that. Hold on. Okay,
Just gonna
so
say.
I am going to disguise myself as that dwarf. And I put KJ in the closet and I'll answer the door. Just crack the door and say, "Can I help you?"
That's awesome.
And I actually say it in Gnomish when I open the door.
Okay.
In Gnomish.
No.
Yeah.
Something tells me this will work flawlessly.
Lady Sylvana looks down at you and says, "Mr. Elfor, my mistress made many friends while making her journey across this land, including several of those in your Iron Covenant.
Oh.
Would
So
you
they're the
like to
ones that
invite me
told
in?"
you where this place was?
I have explicit orders to make sure that I come back with this young dragonborn.
And
And
at that
I'm going
point,
to use everything to my every power or every contact that I have to make sure that I do. Do you understand?
I'm not sure I do, because I don't know what you're talking about. I'm hiding out from a hot job I just did. Obviously, you know I'm here, but I'm unsure what you're talking about.
I've received word from Captain Tusk that the several of you were successful at finding Lieutenant Dazik, but that you did not bring in the Dragonborn with you. And so I was forced to resort to some, or to travel to some more of the seedier parts of the city to find out where you were exactly. I was very disappointed that you did not come find me.
Well, in all honesty, we're just unsure of your intentions. So maybe if you could explain those to me, then it might make me feel a little better about my position.
She says, "Perhaps we could do that somewhere not as public." And she's looking around at the doors as she's standing outside this.
Yeah, I realize she's still in the hallway.
All the doors are open and watching the conversation.
So,
It's the avatar of the silver dragon doing our
so I say I will be willing to do that if you are willing to allow me to cast Zone of Truth and have you specifically allow the spell, the effects to take hold so that I can trust you.
What's the
So here it is. You created a
Yeah.
magical zone that guards against deception in a 15-foot radius sphere. They can make a saving throw, but I know either way if they are affected or not.
okay?
Yeah, they can withhold information, but they can't lie.
Yeah.
All right. Let me look up a couple things real quick.
Nope, you're good. I kind of sprung that along.
Yeah.
I just figured it'd be, if she's really truthful, then no big deal.
He draws.
While he's looking that up, we got a long rest in, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we did.
Yes.
Yep.
And D&D rules for long rest. I mean, I'm just using D&D Beyond. So when I hit the long rest, it was like you get all your hit points back. Does that just assume I do some self-spell healing?
No, it's just,
It's the mechanic of 5e.
yeah.
The mechanic of
Yeah.
5e is long rest, you just fully heal.
Yep.
Correct.
Yeah.
As long as you
HP
get
is down.
asleep, then nothing else matters.
You can have like long-term injuries and things, but that's up to the DM if they want to deal with it.
Got it. Okay, cool.
8 hours of sleep is magical.
Okay.
Not that I would know.
She sighs the sigh of the most exasperated person you could possibly meet.
You gotta understand. I'm just trying to make sure I'm doing the right thing.
And she says, would you invite me in then, please?
Yes, I invite her in.
Let's proceed. Okay.
So I'll cast Zone of Truth. And does she attempt to avoid it, or does she fail?
She does not fail.
So she didn't accept the Zone of Truth.
No, she did.
She did fail. Okay.
She did not fail.
Okay, perfect. Now that we're on even footing here, I feel better. So you tell me, what is Lady Sylvana's business with the kid?
I told you before, and I told you the truth, that she means to study him. Not study him, that's a weird way to say it. She means to discern what his coming means to this land, but means him no harm.
Okay. And that's mostly what we're making sure, because where we found him was in the clutches of an Azik, nearly being used in a ritual, which would have ended in his death. The kids, I mean. I repeat the chant to the ritual in the tone and everything as I heard it.
The darkness is coming. The
Yes.
light will banish the dark.
Right. And it was done, and I hand her one of the Harbinger medals, and it was being perpetrated by this group.
Okay. She looks at the medal, the amulet there, and says that it's been known to my mistress for some time that the Harbingers were building up again in their fanaticism. I did not know that they would go this far. She says, tell me more about what you learned about what they were doing.
Well, I've got a bunch of these blank papers. Where they went
letters.
blank. The letters, they went blank,
No.
or did they have things? Oh, okay.
I don't remember saying that.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong. I might have been thinking of another D&D.
Visible ink.
So I just give her the best.
What is that from? I don't remember telling you to do that. Oh, that's from Mystery Men.
Oh
yeah.
Sorry.
So I give her the best description I can of what was happening in there. Azik said that he was going to banish the dark. Obviously, he feels like this kid is some kind of a key to something evil occurring, which, if I infer with history, with the chromatic dragons, all the dragonborn turning into dragons and reaping destruction on the land, that I could understand why someone would be hesitant to have more chromatic dragonborn.
That is one possibility that my mistress is considering as well. That's something that she hopes will not come to pass. She starts looking over these letters and reading through them. She points out two things to you that you hadn't had the chance to notice yet. She says, these are signed by High Priestess Lana. Do you know who that is? And she shows you the signature on one of the bottom.
Do I know? Do I have anything?
I don't think so.
Nope, no connection to me.
And she says, this indicates, and she pulls out another, as she's flipping through them and reading them and pacing back and forth. She says, these papers indicate that this may not have been the first dragonborn that they have discovered.
That wouldn't surprise me, based on it seemed like what they were doing is something they do from time to time. It didn't seem like it was the first time.
At that point, you hear a correct secret knock on the door. And you vow to never let Sully invent secret knocks.
Ever again. I roll my eyes. Oh, okay.
It's just silly enough to
And
work.
what is this lady's name? It's not Savannah.
No, this is Lady Sylvana.
Oh, this is Savannah.
Yeah.
Who's her mistress? The silver dragon?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
So I checked to make sure it's my boys. Is that who it is?
Yes.
Okay. All three of them?
All three of them.
Okay. I let them in.
Oh,
Hi.
Lady Sylvana.
Lady Sylvana.
No Dragonborn, and Lady Sylvana standing in the room, using what little light is coming in through one of the windows to read through several papers.
I
Calvin,
awkwardly half bow and feel uncertain about how else to act. It's
Calvin,
great to see you
Calvin.
again, Lady Solana. To what do we owe the pleasure? Glancing at Eddie a couple times.
Well, apparently the Iron Covenant gave up where we were at. So that shows you how good my connections are there.
Oh,
Or how good my ladies are.
Well, that's true too.
it's kind of fair.
But currently, we have a zone of truth here that we're communicating under. And Lady Sylvana must answer us truthfully. And she has let me know that her mistress means no harm to the boy.
Speaking of which, she says, "What have you done with the child?" And the three of you need to make a saving throw.
Huh?
As soon as Calvin hears,
What's the difficulty on your saving throw?
Mine's my
Yeah, you have two
spellcasting is 13.
13. All right, you need to make a, not you, Mark,
Oh, no, not
not
me.
Eddie. They've all entered your zone of truth as well.
Oh, okay.
like,
She was casting it. I was like, okay.
yeah. Got an 8.
So I got a 17, so I'm gonna try and lie and point at him. No, I'm just kidding. You look at
It is
and
a
you
charisma
point at
saving
him
throw,
and
just in
like
case
we'll
you
all do
know.
this.
Oh yeah, I'm
together.
sorry. It's a
Charisma.
charisma, right?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
make a charisma saving throw, Jared.
charisma. Oh, okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me? You guys can hear me,
Yeah.
yeah?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, 15.
When we're all talking over each other, it's kind of hard to hear you.
Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, Calvin, like when he hears Zone of Truth, he like looks at Sully and he's like, "Who took my toothpaste? Was it you?" And the other thing he wants to say is when he sees Lady Sylvana in the room, he's like, "You'll never take my son." No. 15 is a saving throw.
Nice. Yeah, that would be
Nice.
Sully's response. Well, actually, the child has a name that it would probably be polite to call him.
Yes.
She cocks her head as you enter inquisitively.
It's Calvin Jr.
Or KJ for short.
The her face does not change at all.
I'll point to Calvin.
No, she gets it.
Oh,
I adopted him. Yeah, what do you want from me?
yeah.
I was gonna say, as I was resisting to lie, you just hear like these grinding gears in my throat and me not speaking.
And is the child here?
Now, that's something that,
She looks at Sully. Is the child here? Let him answer.
no, he doesn't need to answer. That's something that we're not entirely sure that we feel comfortable divulging where the child is at this time. Because I needed to discern that your mistress's intent was good. And we'd love to have this kid into a safe place that is obviously safer than we can provide because you found us here. And we probably have less than about 8 hours before other people find us here.
She looks around the apartment and you hear her mumble arcane words under her breath.
Okay.
And a mage hand throws open the closet door.
So,
I don't know why we need to keep anything from her anymore. I mean, if she says that we can trust her and she's telling the truth, then I don't see why not.
So
there's
guys,
a dragon kid in there.
I mean, who
Oh.
put that in there? Put the thing that where it came from or so.
So I'd say, well, obviously you see he's here. So you tell us what the next step is.
I just want to know that we'll be honest with each other, Mr. L4.
Well, I appreciate that as well. But we also felt like we were working for the good guys when we were betrayed. And I don't know what the chain breakers were going to be doing with this kid. Do you happen to know?
The chain breakers are meant to deliver him to me.
Yeah, they were working for her.
Originally?
Yes.
That was our
Okay,
job.
where did they find him?
My mistress heard rumors about him, and so you guys would have been transporting him back from the south. Let me bring the map up real quick.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
I'd probably just ask her. Now, Tusk told us that there was possibly a mole in the chain breakers. Do you have any idea about that?
I just turned off Kelvin. Sorry, Kelvin.
Oh no.
There you go. All right.
All right,
So
the jig is up, boys.
you would have picked him up down off the coast, not far from the Everlasting Peak. So down at the southern end there.
But that's where the Dragonborn are from.
Yes. Originally they were in that area.
Mhm.
And you would have picked him up from a group of monks. So there's a gnomish monk group that makes their home in Hopestad down there near the Everlasting Peak, kind of like up on the steps there. And you would have picked him up from a small group of people there, but at the time he was inside a big crate.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you didn't know what it was.
All right.
That makes sense.
I think the jig is
But
up, guys.
she says that
Oh, yeah, the jig is up. We just
my
want
mistress heard from
So, sorry, go ahead.
my mistress heard about him from some of the monks down in Hopestad and made arrangements to have him brought up to her.
And can I ask her if she has any idea about a mole in the chain breakers?
I do not.
I didn't
Right.
think so.
So Calvin's gonna just
Ask.
be like, I mean, it's like, all right, it's obvious you're taking the kid. And he looks at the kid and he's like, you'll be all right with her. They say they mean you no harm. And then he looks back at her and he's like, you mean him no harm. But if I find that you've done him harm, we'll come for you. And
Well-
that lady of yours and anyone else in between us.
like the
And then at the end of it, he's like, it's like, look, we did the job when the vaunted chain breakers couldn't. They called us in and treated us like trash at your request, no less. So the least you could do is tell them that we completed this task for you. And put in a good word. Tell them the job is done. We did the job. We completed it. And that'll put us on better footing when we go back to negotiate our ranks within the guild.
Well, actually, Kelvin, I don't see any reason why the job has to end now. With all due respect, Lady Savannah, we've been approached already, and people are asking about this Dragonborn. It's a far distance from probably where you need to end up going to return to your mistress. Maybe we could accompany you and offer some protection.
She says, you've clearly grown attached to the child. And she looks over at Kelvin and kind of strangely in such a short time.
Yeah, you
You
should
better
see
put
how
him
he's
into
doing
school.
at his
Get him a
lesson.
good education.
She says, I'm more than happy to pay you what I was going to pay the chain breakers, and pulls a large pouch out from her sleeve.
You okay screwing the chain breakers at all there?
We can open up our own action force.
There you
I don't
go.
think we're screwing them. She screwed them. She
Yeah, I guess
hired
that's true.
more than
She's
one
paying us.
mercenary company.
Yeah. All right.
If you hired more than one mercenary guild, we just got the job done. That's
It's
all
business.
fair competition, right?
That's true.
They
You
hadn't
do have
hired
a
us.
point. They fired us, and we did the job anyway. So
That's right.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
we did the
All right.
job, and now when we go back, it's like we're an asset. It's like, look, we did the job, you couldn't. So maybe we'll join you. Make us an offer.
All right. I like it. And didn't you mention that there were kine that approached you? Do you know the connection with the kine and this kid?
Also a good question.
Oh, and just because I'm curious, I'll mention to Lady Sylvana.
Mhm.
I was approached by a mage in red, and I didn't particularly appreciate what he offered me in exchange for the child's location. Do you have any idea who this man might have been?
It was kind, right?
I don't know if he was.
Yeah, he was.
Was he?
Yeah,
Okay,
he was
so he's kind.
It's that first one we fought outside of Lieutenant Isaac's home. He was really mean to
okay,
us.
but I
Same guy.
wasn't here.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, but that's okay.
Go back and rewatch that one. It's a good episode. Okay. Now I'm on YouTube. She is thoughtful for a moment. The rise of these kind zealots are something new, even to my mistress's knowledge. And she says, perhaps it would be better to travel with someone, she says, thinking out loud. If you can travel nondescriptly,
My gears in my throat kind of make a sound.
then we will leave this evening.
I can get us through the city pretty well. Just using, as an urchin, I've got a skill to be able to pass through the city anyway. And if we go after dark, I could also do pass without a trace,
Yeah,
and we could stick to the shadows.
and I can take off parts if I have to.
Okay.
She
Get
says
rid of my
he's
disadvantage,
safe here with you for the time being, I presume.
I presume.
Well, you tend to be more educated than we, or more well informed than we are. How safe are we here? You found us.
I don't believe that the Iron Covenant has given up your location to anyone else. It's cost me quite a bit of influence to get it myself.
Okay.
If
Calvin,
you'll watch
you-
over him, I will close some of my business in the city, and I will return at dark.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right, we'll end there today.
Wait,
Oh, go ahead.
While Lady Sylvana is still under the Zone of Truth spell, yeah, Lady Sylvana, what is your mistress's favorite color? Like
I mean,
she
Also,
can't lie. So if something
She
really
can't lie.
embarrassing, then like we'll know. I just
How
think
much-
it would be cool.
how much gold is in the bag?
But okay, this is the last question for tonight. Make a persuasion check. Just how sincere are you being?
19.
Make it. Are you being totally sincere?
Oh,
Are you
yeah.
being solely
Oh,
sincere?
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, make it with advantage then.
that was a natural one. So 19.
19.
And if it's a fail, I'll add a psionic ability die.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
She looks at you, and for the first time that you've seen, she smiles a little bit, and she says, her favorite color is pink. And then she leaves.
Perfect.
That's so cool.
Hey, watch what I was showing the kid how to do.
What?
So I give him a coin and he does a couple of like sleight of hand as he pockets it and then pulls it out, does a behind their ear trick. I've shown him already. Anyway, I'm
So
making him run through his
Tobias
little
kinda
repertoire.
That's
Looks at,
awesome.
looks at Kelvin. I didn't expect that.
All right. If you're watching this on YouTube, then thanks. We appreciate it. If you are watching it live with us, I haven't even checked. Man, it's been a great storytelling night tonight. We've had at least 8 people watching. We appreciate you being here.
Awesome.
Hit us up with some chats next time. I'll watch for that some more. and we'll chat back with you too. But thanks for watching, and we appreciate it. You can catch this archive later on YouTube. And again, if you want to play with us, we're here at Dragon's Keep in Orem, so stop by anytime. And you can hit me up also at dragonskeeptv@gmail.com. Thanks, winking in. Good night to you too. And we hope things are going well.
See ya.
See ya.
See ya.
Yeah.
Bye.